the level of that detail, they were fearless about trying to portray and getting all these little minute details that add up to a big symphony. It's like every little instrument, every little detail played its part.
Michaela, how are you?
I'm good, Joe. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Look, Shogun is absolutely amazing. When they said that this was an epic event, they were not kidding. In every way, it's this show's so epic. Look, first question I have for you is how long has this show been in development for you?
It's been about 8 years or so in its various incarnations and script writings and things. So it's taken its time to make it to the screen, and a lot of thought and care went along the way from FX. So I think the time was on our side, and it shows. And it's just we were lucky to have that much time to make it right, right? To
I
get all
couldn't
those.
agree with you more.
Yeah, and the script was, we were lucky. The script was so polished by the time it began shooting. They had gone, and the details, the levels, the text, the subtext, it was all in place.
Sure.
And then, of course, you add the brilliant performances from Hiro and Anna and Cosmo and all others. And it just kept building, building, building from there, because the big thing to get right is the script, right? And Justin and Rachel just did such a beautiful job of translating the book to the screen. Yeah, and then it just the layers kept getting added, and they were flawless. So
How was your understanding of your father's work deepened through the process of creating the series?
I don't think it was deepened. I think I would say I would put it a different way. I think it was I'm awestruck that they could do such a beautiful portrayal of the book, because it's a complex book. He wrote in multi layers. He wrote, I mean, more layers than an onion, right? Sure. There's lots and lots of stories and sub stories and subtexts. And to be able to capture that on film and to put that into photography is pretty rare, to be able to get that level of detail. I think you almost have to see it a couple of times to catch it all.
Oh, yeah.
I think that just struck me as an incredible achievement on everyone's part. I mean, everyone played their part. The set was really filled with great enthusiasm about the project and the book, and people seemed proud and happy to be making it. And I think it shows in all the little, from the small to the large details. So I'm glad you felt that too.
Yeah, speaking of that, I felt like when I was watching the show, I felt like I was transported back into time. Like it felt like I was watching a window from the past. Can you talk about the incredible production design and authenticity Helen Jarvis and her team brought to Shogun?
Oh yeah, she was incredible. Before filming ever began, experts were hired from the period. Hiro himself is quite an expert on this period of 16th century Japan. The research and the expense that was done by FX, they were determined to get that right, was tremendous. And they brought in people who were scholars. They brought in experts on the actual way to move. The way to fight is apparently different than it is now. The
Sure.
way of speaking is apparently quite different. So the level of that detail, they were fearless about trying to portray and getting all these little minute details that add up to a big symphony. It's like every little instrument, every little detail played its part. And you've got this incredible orchestra playing at the end of it. And people cared to get it right. And I think that's an important part of making anything, is you've got to care in the beginning to get it right. And we got lucky that everybody cared so much.
Speaking of getting it right, I think the perfect people to kind of helm this are Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo. They did such a phenomenal job on this. Can you talk about collaborating with them to bring this epic vision to life?
Yeah, it was a joy, because FX entrusted us with quite a bit of input, creative input in terms of the book translation to the story and the script. And from the very beginning, the exchange of ideas was always based towards what's in the book, from our point of view, what's in the book. And of course, Justin and Rachel made a lot of this in their own image as well. Their humor came through, their layers came through. So the collaboration was a joy and was constant and was full of creativity. There is nothing those two can't write about. They would take gobbledygook, like I'd go, doesn't feel right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about. There's something. I don't know what it is. There's something. And we'd talk for about 10 minutes, and then they would go, "Yeah, I know what it is. It's this." And they could somehow take all the input from the notes from FX, from myself, from everybody, and come out and make everything twice as good as it was before. And it was great anyway.
Right.
So their collaboration, their intelligence, their relentless pursuit of perfection was astounding. I don't know how they did it, but they did it for years. And it shows.
It definitely shows. I can't wait for people to see this show because every single episode feels like a movie in itself. It is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for your time, Michaela. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Take care.